My life was turned upside down, you know, drugs, drinking, not caring about the next day. Never thought in my life that I would be living outside in a vacant lot somewhere, you know.
When I came to America, it was a really fun time because everything was new for me, but I did not have job, I did not speak English, I didn't have friends. I felt very lonely.
About 3.5, almost 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was a challenge, it was a change in our life. Not seeing this as some kind of form of punishment and trusting God was a big challenge.
It was getting close to winter, and where was I going to stay? I began to ask God, what can I do? How can I get out of this situation?
I went to the places where there were a lot of people. I just needed people around. I went to the beach and I was just looking in the sky and talking to Jesus. I know He heard me.
When I started chemo, I woke up on fire. Literally, I was sweating bullets on fire. Set up my easel, set up a huge canvas, and painted the most amazing painting.
I'll never forget the day I was sitting in the park getting high. 3 young people came over to me and talked to me. Told me that God had a plan for me. He had a better life than what I was doing. And it was just like a big weight fell off of my shoulders.
I studied in language school and I had a teacher who was a Christian, and I asked him which church he could advise me, and I was so happy when I first came. I never seen so many people openly worship God.
One of the greatest things that both of us learned, that we've talked about often, is how God manifested His love for us during this season.
The joy of the Lord is your strength, and through these times of trial, it is the God's strength. Just when you feel like, God, how much more can we take? And then He just piles on the grace so that you can handle it.
We've gone from seeing things as a trial to opportunities. Praying for the doctors when the bill comes, praying for the hospital when the bill comes.
It's been a 180-degree turn for me. I went to culinary school, Chicago Food Depository, to become a chef. God has even also been so good to me that He gave me a young lady that be getting married pretty soon. The people that I ran into and that I met helped me along that path. They just reached out with loving arms and helped me.
God brought people around me who accept me as I am, and I'm so happy with that.
It's like when you cook a pancake, you have to flip it over. If you don't flip it over on time, one side will burn up. But God flipped me over from the burnt side, and He made me a better person than I've been in a long time.
Our hope is in Christ, so we do have a future. We know that.
He says, give me your yoke, and I'll take yours. And you see Him just take that all off of you, and suddenly it becomes an adventure.
The same power that raised Christ from the dead is the power that lifts me up, and I can call on Him anytime.
You know, the same power that raised Christ from the dead also saved me from the destruction of life that I was living.
The same power that raised Christ from the dead saved me from myself.
The same power that raised Christ from the dead has given me the courage to trust Him.